Got my knee on that one. Back.
Yeah, you did.
Episode 5, I think. But
This is just conversation number 5. What's poppin'?
indeed.
How you been? These chairs are closer together.
Yeah, no, I'm a happy boy right now, bro. A happy boy. Fucking stomach full of za, fresh cut today. Got a show tonight. Need a 5-hour energy. But
Yeah, dude, you got the
I'll get there.
cliffs of fucking Rochester on your goddamn forehead, bro. What are the cliffs of Dover? That's what they are.
here?
Nah, brother, the peak. You got a peak.
Oh.
I would say that this is more like the waves of fucking the Mediterranean, and that looks like the cliffs of Dover. And fucking straight shot, 30
Yeah.
fucking yards.
I've been roasted for that all my life. Just kidding. The first one was Chief Queef because some of the guys said that it looked like I got blasted with a queef and it shot my hair up. And then called it like, I've had girls look like, your hair looks like a ramp. I'm like, God damn it. Because it used to go, instead of like all in one, it used to go like up here, like it was kind of down here, and then just this was up.
Yeah, that used to be the style, the ray of sunshine, bro. Just fucking hallelujah. Head ass.
Since I just got my hair cut, I feel like I keep having like hair in my eyes.
Did you take a shower afterwards?
Yeah.
Oh. Shouldn't have that problem. That's interesting.
Of course, motherfucker.
Yeah, dude. No, he's fucking missing all y'all. Fucking backstory. It was me and Weston for like fucking
2 weeks.
Almost 2 weeks, just under.
Just about.
And then it was fucking, so me and Henry have had some solid time. I've been his surrogate pa for like the last 2 weeks, bro. Yeah, dude, he's come to me for attention, bro. All that shit. I give him food. I clean his cat box. I pet him. I fucking love him. Yeah, I fucking fight him.
Definitely fight him.
Yeah, dude. He's interesting because he'll go from like he wants love, and then you pet him, and then he'll like slink away, similar to what just happened there, and then he'll come back and rub his fucking head on you.
He's fucking
Then you
weird.
pet him, and then he just flips right on his back, and just fucking starts clawing your hand.
Can you go fuck off somewhere? You want to distract both of
Yeah,
Ty.
see? You see what I just said?
He wants to distract every time we start this podcast.
No. Live reaction. Everybody just
works.
saw what just happened, bro. He came by, I pet him, and he immediately jumped on his back and started fucking doing his dumbass shit.
Go fuck off now. Dude, you're a distraction.
Listen,
You can't talk in the middle of
PETA,
it.
don't be mad. Fuck off.
He asks for it.
Yeah.
Believe me. He'll come up just to fuck with people.
Yeah, dude. See?
Go to your
But
pa's
he's cool,
room,
bro.
bro.
I love him. I love him because he's a dickhead like that. And I like a little fight and fight. So he's about to go for your shoelace. He does that to me and it pisses me off, bro. I'll go to tie my shoes to leave for the gym or wherever, and he'll fucking just like see me. He'll see my shoelace from across the room, and I'll see him see it.
You're like, oh, yes, I have to go fuck with him.
He's going around like, and he goes, locks on. And then fucking just comes right over while I'm tying my shoelaces and fucking starts biting and pulling on them. I'm like, yeah.
It sounds about right.
He's
You don't listen for your shit.
No, he listens, bro. That's the real thing. You just have to know how to talk to him.
You don't give a fuck, though, at all.
You can't talk to him like a dog. Or, I don't know. It's different, brother. I don't know how to describe it, but he's cool
Yeah.
because he's not a pedo. So I'll say, I know. I've been hunting pedos in high society recently, per my attire.
They gotcha.
And that got me.
Yo, are you the one that released all this stuff about Dan Schneider?
Yeah.
Yeah, the reason it got leaked?
Yeah, but
that
I'm so
documentary
good at
just
my
came out?
job, I don't even know who Dan Schneider is, bro. So I just fucking...
And that would make you really bad at your job.
No, I'm so good
He's
that...
a big time.
No, but I'm so good that I'm leaking the documents on accident. I have no idea. I'm just smoking
Like,
bong hits. I'm just
He's a
hitting
fella.
bongs and fucking going to Studio 54, the equivalent of whatever that is nowadays.
What is Studio 54?
It's like some club in the 80s that like all the fucking celebrities and shit went to, and they did like cocaine and drugs. And stayed up.
Like like that one thing in The Boys, like where all the superheroes go to one spot and they fuck around with each other. That one bar.
Yeah,
Kinda
but
like
I don't
that.
know if there were orgies, but I guess yeah, it's a similar concept to that. Yeah. You should look
I
into
imagine that
Studio
happens.
54. Because I don't know too much about it, but I know it
Neither
was a
do I. I'm
thing.
about
It was
to.
in New York. I heard Joey Diaz talk about it once. I asked my mom about it. I think she said she went once with my cousin Anthony. Well,
Damn,
Anthony
she's
was
one.
her cousin. I never met Anthony. He passed away before I was born, maybe? I don't remember. I know he died when he was young, like young in his 50s or some shit. But they went because they like to go out. It's like a thing. You just go out. And I think they went to that club once just to see what it was about. And what my mom said, and she wasn't about like that type of shit, and so she's like not looking for it, but she said she didn't like see it out or something. But
I haven't really ran into very many famous people. Bob Saget was probably my biggest one I ran to out in public. That was after a Cardinals game. But I mean, I met those Dolphins players and shit, but that's like a little different. You're going to them for it. It's not like, oh shit, I'm here and so and so's here.
in Sicily, we saw some like famous folk singer or some shit. Like people were asking to take pictures with him, and I was like, I mean, like I didn't know who the guy was, and so it was like there was a famous person close to me that I saw people getting pictures with, but like I was like, I have no idea who that fucking guy is. But, and so yeah. And then obviously I've seen baseball players from the stands.
Oh yeah.
And actually, I knew somebody who said he met Yadier Molina at a restaurant.
Dude, I have a funny Yadier Molina story. He fucking fucked with me and Ty at a game before.
Really?
Yeah. So we were like right behind the dugout, like trying to get autographs and shit, and got a few. It was like on the opening like weekend, or like they didn't do it wasn't opening day, but it was the home opener for Busch Stadium. And me and Ty yelled Yachty, like all this other shit. All you see is just a pair of hands go on top of the dugout, and motherfucker just goes right back down. And we're like, what the fuck? Like that was Molina. Like, and so we're sitting there like, damn, that was cool. And then he just hurry up, does it one more time, and it goes down like he was a fucking whack-a-mole. Like, dude, it was cool as shit. Yeah,
that's really cool. That's why the Cardinals are the best baseball team.
No doubt.
In all of MLB.
Best culture in baseball.
Yeah, dude. Fuck yeah. That's why like I'm always gonna be a Cardinals fan. I don't care where I move. I'll always be a Cardinals fan.
Same.
And a Blues fan.
Even though they suck dick right now, I'd still root my ass off for the
I don't even care to
Cardinals.
keep up with them. That's how much of a fan I am, dude. I'm just gonna represent. I don't care.
I don't know. That's
we
like
suck.
but that's the
just
thing.
bad
They're
beer.
like one of the only teams in baseball where if they suck shit or if they're really fucking good, they sell out every game. Like they're one of the very few teams that are like that. Like that. It doesn't just have to be the best team in baseball for everybody to want to show out. It's that's the city loves the fucking team and supports the fuck out of it.
Root for the Cardinals. If
Yeah.
we don't win, it's a shame.
Dude, I was at the fucking 2011 Rally Squirrel game. That was one of the coolest things I've ever seen in person. Me and Ty's seen it. And this is like, if the real motherfuckers who were there, this is like the part of the story that never gets reported on. We saw the squirrel twice. It was in center field the first time. Like, you know, the grass beyond center field
So like, where am I sitting?
where David Freese hit his home run.
I'm vague. Like, so so like, because we would usually have like stands like up. Not really behind
The grass patch behind home or the center field. Like that's where we seen it. So you have center field, the fence, and then there's this grass pad right behind the fence.
Oh, okay. So I know where
Yes.
you're talking about now.
Right.
It's like not in the field.
No,
but it's
it's
like
out
right
of
beyond
it's
It's like that little
home run
like-
where David Freese hit the walk off too.
I mean,
You've
yeah,
seen that video 1,000
I've
times.
probably seen the video, but I can't remember. I think I remember the people like diving over the railing
To go out in the grass, yeah. So it's like then on the very back of the grass patch, there's this fucking concrete sidewalk, and it was running around out there, and people were trying to catch it, and we're like, holy shit, because we were behind home plate in standing room only seats. I was the only seats my grandpa could get for me and Ty, and
So So you had to stand?
Yeah, and we would go and like scope out and try to see if there were open seats, and we would go like sit down when we could. When people would kick us out, we would just go stand again. But we were literally right behind home plate, like up a couple levels, of course. But we seen it out there, and we're like, damn, look at them out there. They're trying to catch a squirrel. And then sure enough, like 4 innings later, that fucking squirrel gets away somehow through like piping, I believe, and fucking runs right across home plate. They were Roy Oswalt was pitching for the Phillies, and he was throwing a big ass fit, and the whole stadium was heckling him. They were going, Oswalt, Oswalt. Dude, it was one of the most electric things I'd ever seen as a kid. That was being like seeing live that playoff run that the Cardinals had in 2011 was fucking sick. The reaction, like it was like a 9/11 moment for like, hey, hear me out, for Cardinals fans, because like every Cardinal fan knows exactly where they were whenever that David Freese shit happened, like that Game 6 of that World Series. I'll never forget our living room experience on that, because we thought we were gonna lose, and he hits the triple, and then Josh Hamilton comes up like the next inning or two, hits a homer, and we're like, my dad goes, damn, well, at least we made it, this and that. And then Lance Berkman ties it up again. David Freese hits the walk-off, and my dad was like in his underwear about to jump into the shower, and he was like, holy shit, yes, like running around the living room. Like, my dad was huge. He's a big fucking guy. That was a hilarious thing to see. But our whole family lost our shit. It was awesome. That was that was the last good year. 2011.
That was the year we won the World Series, right?
Yep.
Tony La Russa's the coach.
Yep. We went back to the World Series a couple years later, but we lost. We got spanked by the Red Sox. Boston.
Fuck the Red Sox. That's one thing my time in New York did fucking breed
Ingrain in you.
Fuck the Red Sox.
I feel the same way. Just because of the Cardinals though too. I fucking hate Boston, dude. I hate the Patriots. I hate the fucking Red Sox. I hate the Bruins because of the Blues. What's the other Boston team? The Celtics. I hate them because of the Heat. So like, I literally hate every sports team from that city. Fuck Boston and Massachusetts as a whole.
Can you? Bless you.
You got all these.
Hey,
toys.
get up. Hey.
Get those.
Sorry, folks. Get off.
Can you scram, please? Go lay up on your chair. You only want to fuck around when we're doing shit. He's usually chill the entire time, and then the camera comes on, and he's a glory house.
It's because we're fucking conversating, even when we're all conversating.
Yeah.
Fucking hanging out.
But go with the storyline. It's fine.
Bless you. I don't know what we were saying. Something about fucking all the Boston sports teams. I don't know if I say fuck Boston, the city, but fuck the sports team, I guess. The Red Sox. And, I mean, I don't know. It's a love-hate with the Bruins. Because the Bruins are a good team, I think. But they've got some, like, you know who Brad Marchand is?
Mm-mm. I'm not big on hockey. I just remember watching the Blues win the Stanley Cup, and that was dope as fuck. Yeah. I've been to a couple games.
I've never been to a game, but the year that they won the Stanley Cup just so happened to be the year that I was like, hockey's actually, probably, like, right before the playoffs. I was like, dude, because I was hanging out with, like, a bunch of hockey players and shit. They, like Casey? No.
Casey wasn't one of them?
I don't know if Casey's a hockey. I mean, he played hockey.
Oh, dude, he's hella into hockey.
He's into hockey, yeah. But, like, I was, like, actually hanging out, like
hockey
with
players
people who, like, played hockey, like SIUE hockey players with fucking D3, I will say it. And not, like, the big guy, like, the big ballers. They were D3 SIUE hockey players. And then, like, some people that I went to high school with that, like, played for the high school, hockey team. Like, my neighbor was friends with them, and so when we would go to, like, smoke, dude, I have so many memories at the house. It was good times. After I wrecked my motorcycle for the first time, or for the first and only time.
How did that happen?
I went around a corner, and what probably happened is because I was a new rider, is I didn't, and a new driver, too. I was 18. So, things that I would know now, looking into the turn really helps. And, I was probably looking into the turn, but I probably got fixated. I had target fixation, so I got fixated on a certain point of the turn. I was like, oh, shit, I'm going too fast. And so I was probably like, if the right turn goes like this, I was probably looking just right at that corner. And so like that meant that I wasn't looking ahead. So if I would like been looking ahead, I probably would have like leaned, and it would have been steeper, but I would have made the turn sharply and just kept going. But because I fixated on the corner, like I didn't lean enough, and then the motorcycle high sided because I was trying to go around the corner. So I guess maybe I turned the handlebars. This all happened in like 1 second, so it's kind of hard to fucking break it down. But then like the motorcycle flipped and I went over the side. And like I mean I don't know how.
Did you road rash yourself out?
I mean I was wearing a jacket or a sweatshirt and I had a backpack. But yeah, like and gloves. Like I was always cognizant about like I don't want to be bare skin on the fucking concrete. So like a part of my pinky and like on this knuckle kind of got like ground down. Like you could see where it was like indented kind of from what I imagine just like grinding against the concrete because like I fell on my side like this. And then like my helmet had a little bit of like rubbing on the corner. Once again, always wear your helmet if you ride a motorcycle because that would have been
definitely.
My head. And my head would have slid and bounced off the fucking pavement.
That could have killed you for sure.
Could have. Yeah, it was definitely like in the back of the head, like this area.
Have you seen the fucking boxing dude that got like hammer fisted in the back of his head?
Yeah, and he went retarded and died. Yeah, it's really sad.
Yeah,
because that's a reality for a lot of boxers. It happened. Chris?
Just the way you said that was funny. Yeah, he went retarded and died. Like, yeah, god damn.
I mean, it really was unfortunate what happened. He was very like bright and like a lot of life, and then after that he was like bedridden. He couldn't fucking talk, couldn't like move or anything, and then passed away. But it happened to another guy. It was like a Chris Hewitt Jr. maybe was like a Irish champion, like light heavyweight or heavyweight boxing champion, like in the maybe I don't know exactly the time period, 80s or something, and he boxed this guy, Matt something, and he beat him so badly that like the same thing happened. He didn't die, but he like couldn't. He like his function
like he was a vegetable,
limited. And he wasn't a vegetable because he could still like there was an interview between them both at like sometime later, and like Chris was like he broke down crying, so that was like the one regret that he had was that it happened, and the guy was like, "We're fighters, Chris. I forgive you," and like all this shit. So he still has his like his capacities, but like he's kind of talking like this, Chris, and like you can see even with his hands like he like his shit's fucked up, like his hands were swelled, but. It was unfortunate for that, but luckily, as I said, I was wearing a helmet, so that could have been a reality, but wear your helmet. And then it was like a little scratching here and on the shoulder, but yeah. I rode home, and with the bike, it wasn't too damaged. I just had to bend the shifter out a little bit. Rode it home, and then got my car, and then went to that house to hang out with those guys that I was telling you about smoke. And they were like,
had to smoke it off.
They were like, dude, you're wearing old clothes. You got a hole in your shirt. And I was like,
I wrecked my shit.
because I had the jacket on. I saw the jacket was torn, but I had no idea that my shirt was torn because I just didn't feel anything. I just didn't know.
Right.
And so then they were telling me about that. And I was like, oh, shit. Yeah, funny story. I wrecked my motorcycle on the way here, and that's why I was a little late. And they were like, what
the hell?
And I was like, yeah, dude, like, just no big deal. And it's like, I guess I just didn't even notice that it was ripped. So, yeah, then we went and chiefed, and we went home. But yeah, no, so like we were talking about like the hockey culture. So like around that time, I was like around hockey culture. I was like, dude, these guys are fucking hilarious. I love these guys. And then I was like, I've watched hockey, at least some highlights. Because I was watching a lot of highlights of sports, baseball, football, fucking all this shit. Just because I was bored. And then I'm like, dude, hockey's badass, dude.
It is. And I've watched like hockey fights and shit, like compilations on YouTube.
I love the fact that you can fight, and then in a lot of the fights, like afterwards, they'll like fucking, hit each other on the ass.
Could you imagine if they let NFL players do that shit?
No, because NFL players would fucking stomp each other in the ground and kill them on the field. In hockey, as I said, there's a respect.
If you just do get out, like take the helmets off.
No way, dude. In football, those fucking people are no disrespect, but I feel like a lot of them are like fucking borderline.
Psychotic.
They getting fucking. They're
warriors.
I would say. I mean,
they are
but
modern
they're
day
animals
warriors
in a way because they just go fucking crazy. But like in the NHL, I feel like there's more of a culture of respect because, I don't know, it's just ingrained that like if you were to have a fight in the NHL, like I said, there's some times where they just try and kill each other and it's fucking pure animalistic savagery, but like there is more of a culture of like, all right, we have a fucking disagreement. We're gonna drop the gloves, settle this right now, and once it's done, it's done. Fucking good show, and let's move on. And like,
Yeah.
that's how it been. I feel like if the NFL got into fights, it would be like, it's just not gonna be that.
It won't be as respectful.
It's not gonna be respectful at all. It's gonna be like, fuck you, motherfucker. I'm gonna beat your ass, and just fucking like go after each other and say, yeah, well, fuck you, bro. And then people are going to join in. It's just going to be a big fucking problem. Because they're also all 6'4". And so, like, the police are going to have to fucking shoot them all to fucking stop them. Because
Warded style, like The Longest Yard.
I mean, I never saw The Longest Yard.
Oh, that's fucking awesome movie.
But yeah,
Sandman is the best.
Crazy. Oh, wait a second. I did see the end of it. We're at the football game. They're like, fucking shoot him. He's trying to run. Shoot him. Shoot him. Because I saw the original scene and then I saw the remake of when they did it again.
Like are you talking about you're talking about the Burt Reynolds one from a long time ago?
I don't know. Burt Reynolds. I don't know.
And then when they remade it with Adam Sandler, and then Burt Reynolds was the coach.
Was in that shit too, right?
Yes, he's in the remake.
But like,
yeah, it's funny to remember that. Yeah, he's like the center, like the snapper. If that
I don't know, but like
paints a picture for you.
Yeah, I saw that shit. So yeah, something like that. I mean, like, not to say it couldn't eventually get there, but it would take a long time, and so I don't think it'd be a good idea. And in hockey, they're trying to do away with it, which a lot of people don't like.
Like the fights?
I think so. It's becoming less.
You're gonna lose half your fucking attention. Like,
and that's people. From what I understand, people are upset because like.
Is it like a players' union kind of thing? They're saying like, let's stop
I
this
have
shit.
no idea. But I personally, from the outside, just making assumptions, thinks it's a Canada's becoming pussy kind of thing.
Oh yeah.
And they don't want to fight for player safety or whatever because they this and that. But like, I feel like a lot of Canadians are fucking chill like that. Like I really like. There's a lot of Canadians I've seen that are just cunts. But there's also a lot of
every Canadian I've met is cool as fuck. Like the nicest bunch of people I've ever seen.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't know. I mean, I've met Canadians for sure, but I can't really say they stick out in my mind. But
I think that's like the shit. It's being pushed the same. It's like, but that kind of shit, like the whole gay.
Trudeau.
It's being pushed, but they're so nice over there. It's like, well, yeah, I don't give a fuck enough.
Yeah, dude, and that's what I'm saying. Is it's like there's a lot of them that are like these that you see, and that's the ones that are getting pushed. That they're just like assholes. And then there's like the vast majority that it's like the ones that you see through. If you like follow hockey culture, you learn about because a lot of them are Canadian, so that Canadian culture gets spread around hockey. Or you see some other stuff of just like Trailer Park Boys or some shit like that. Like I'm pretty sure that's Canadian, right?
Trailer Park Boys?
Yeah.
Don't believe so.
No, wait. Am I thinking? No, you're right. Maybe I'm thinking of something else. No, I'm pretty sure Trailer Park Boys is Canadian.
Are you for real?
Yeah.
That's like one of the most American shows I think I've ever. I haven't like watched it all the way through, but Mark is obsessed with it, and I've seen a few just from hanging out over at his house so much.
Yeah, Trailer Park Boys is Canadian sitcom. Nova
I'll
Scotia
be
Trailer
damned.
Parks.
Isn't that Letterkenny show from Canada too?
Dude, great fucking show.
I
See, like that
really
Canadian
that
culture is fucking like that's the culture that I feel like is Canadian culture, and it's fucking funny. They're great. I fucking love it. They're like bros. They're all fucking cool, and like then it's like you get those fucking.
We're good people
top.
here, bud.
Yeah, dude. Like,
buddy,
fucking.
Frank?
Your mom sounds like a Siamese cat when I close the tail on or close the window on its tail, sounding like ha, whatever the fuck.
I haven't watched it.
Dude, hilarious.
Ty loves
it.
it.
Clips, and it's fucking hilarious. And that's the Canadian culture that I know. And then all the shit that I see on the internet is not what I know. And it's like, dude, what the fuck? And so, like, I feel like that's starting to bleed into all the other shit because they're trying to push it.
I'll tell you what it is, a loud minority.
Yeah. And so that's what I'm saying. Like, dude, keep hockey as it was. Let them fucking respectfully fight.
Don't change our hockey.
Yeah. Fucking don't. I mean, as I said, I'm not that. I can't really claim to be, like, the biggest hockey fan because it wasn't, like, always watching or stuff like that. But, like, I don't really watch any sports. So, like, I'm a soccer fan.
Dude,
I support my fucking team.
I didn't get into. I hated soccer for the longest, but I watched the World Cup, the last one that they were doing, and I fucking loved it. It was one of the coolest things I've ever.
The last one was the worst one. I didn't even watch it, so I can't really say.
Shit.
What I've heard,
I
and
thought
I
it
can
was
believe,
electric.
is that they fucking kind of rigged it in a way that Messi would win the World Cup because it was like the one
Beast.
that he never did. And
Messi's
yeah,
a beast.
he is a very, very talented player, but that's the thing between like Messi and Ronaldo. It's like they're super talented players, but they're teams. Like the teams around them and in club teams, it's different because they're fucking on like the best of the best. Like they were on at one point the two best teams in Spain, Barcelona and Real Madrid. They were like the two best teams in Spain. So like so many world class players on those teams. So like their team's gonna be stacked and like they would fucking just win because you have the best players, the two best players in that generation on fucking arguably like two of the best teams in the entire world. It's fucking recipe to win. But once you go to international, it's like all the international players come from teams at different leagues.
See, that's why I like how
Except
it
for
is.
Spain. Spain was basically Barcelona. I'm pretty sure their international team was basically just the FC Barcelona team.
Damn.
Because most of them were Spanish.
See, that's what I fucked with the World Baseball Classic. I like seeing all the players that are the best, but actually go represent their own countries and shit
I mean,
over the clubs and getting paid, like the paid marketed kind of thing. Like let it kind of be an Olympic kind of event.
yeah, and that's great, dude. Like honestly, it is.
I think it's cool as fuck.
And it was always great. Like, dude, Italy won the World Cup in 2006. That was the last time we won. It was fucking. I don't know if I was there in Italy. Definitely don't think I was. But it was fucking lit. I was in Italy when we won the Euro Cup in 2012. Or we lost the World Cup in 2000. The Euro Cup in 2012 to fucking Germany. But I was there throughout the build-up when we were fucking winning everything. And it was fucking sick.
Hell yeah.
And yeah, it was bullshit.
When's the last time U.S. has won?
U.S. has won what?
The World Cup?
The World Cup? I don't think ever. I don't think but
It's sick.
yeah, dude, we're not fucking look at what y'all fucking say. Soccer's gay. They're all a bunch of field fairies. So like only recently is the culture shifting, and then you get like people like Christian Pulisic or what was it, Landon Donovan, or wait. No, that was the Olympics. I think they won the Olympics. They won the Olympic in soccer recently with like Landon Donovan.
Bro, could you imagine if like Tyreek and like all the speedster NFL players were playing soccer their whole lives instead of fucking football? We really would have the best. I really do think that. All of our best athletes play football. All of our giants
yeah,
play
but
basketball.
you also have to think that like soccer is a very different skill set than football. So like they use their hands and they do a lot of like jukes. And that'd be good. But now imagine them trying to do all those quick jukes while controlling a ball with their feet. They can't. Like,
Tyreek does it. Have you seen him play?
No.
Because he kept saying, he's like, damn, I wish I would have played soccer more. Because that shit looks electric. And there was like, I think I've seen videos of him like kicking the ball around. It's like, damn, bro. Odell, he played a fuckload of soccer. He would have been super fucking good. Please come to Miami, OBJ. Please. Interested in that? I think that there's probably a few really good soccer players that ended up playing football.
Yeah,
over
the
here.
U.S. has not advanced beyond the quarterfinals in over 90 years.
Damn.
But Um, I
Hmm.
mean, maybe
We
but
stink.
I mean, not to say football players couldn't play soccer, because like a lot of the kickers are soccer players. Like Riley Patterson, he was a soccer player.
Hey, but they're kickers, so like,
That's
of
exactly what
course.
I'm saying. Yeah, but like just because of that, obviously there's like a bleed over from soccer that goes into football.
Those are the soccer players that didn't make it.
I don't know if I would say that, because Riley Patterson was like a really good soccer player from what I heard. I don't know if I ever saw him play because he was an academy player, so he never could like come to the
Edwardsville team, like the
yeah,
school team.
yeah. But like I'm pretty sure I might have seen him play like at the turf once or twice, and yeah, he's fucking big, and he could just fucking like he was fast,
Super
all
good
this
ball
shit.
control.
From what I remember, yeah, and so he just fucking he could.
I'm just saying, like Tyreek and Waddle, you get like 4.3 speed. Nobody's gonna keep up with them. Like if they do have ball handling, like who the hell on planet Earth is gonna fucking keep up with them?
I mean, yes, you're right, but like, how fast do they run? Because like,
They run with
Kylian,
pads on.
yeah, but Kylian, so I'm just saying for like Kylian Mbappe, he's like probably one of the fastest. Gareth Bale, surprisingly, the
Yeah,
white boy Gareth
yeah, I know
Bale,
Gareth Bale.
he was fucking probably one of his most famous goals for Real Madrid. Like he got fucking fouled and like pushed out of bounds basically and kicked the ball. Like it was the Copa del Rey, I think, final, and it warrants a fucking show. Look it up. The fucking I'll type it in Gareth Bale Copa del Rey goal Barcelona, and dude, YouTube is sometimes pretty gay.
Yeah, no kidding.
But yeah, just look up the Gareth Bale Copa del Rey goal Barcelona. I want to watch it too. Just put it Yeah, so Gareth Bale gets the ball on the left wing, gets pushed out of bounds, foul, and then outpaces the
Damn.
defender around to the into the goal and scores 1-on-1 with the fucking goalkeeper. And like he
Didn't
was
he? Oh,
probably
I know
like,
his celebration.
well, he didn't do that in this one. That's sometimes. I think he might have actually done
My
it.
buddies from high school used to do it. Super fast white kid. Played soccer, and I believe it was his favorite player.
No, it's insane. It's insane, bro. But like people like that is it's like, yeah, I believe Tyreek Hill could do that too, but like
That bitch is fast as
he's
fuck.
fast as fuck though.
And
But
he's
like
fucking cut. Like you can't just bully him around either.
but that because he had to train for football. Soccer is a very different sport. Like but does Tyreek Hill run for 90 minutes? Because in professional soccer you only get
Bruh.
but like
With Miami, he basically has. He's on the field 100% of the offensive snaps, and he's just sitting there running like as far as he can, like sprints.
I'm not saying that he can't, but soccer and football operate at
Definitely.
different paces. So like in professional soccer, I think you get like 2 or 3 substitutions a game. So like the players that are on the field at the beginning are probably going to be on the field at the end of the game.
Right.
So like, especially if you're a star player like Ronaldo or Bale or
Messi.
Messi, something like that. They're going to be on the field the entire time, and so like yeah, there are defensive and like offensive times where it's like, okay, the ball goes to the defense and the offensive players aren't going to be doing as much work, but they still theoretically are supposed to push back and like drop to the midfield and help with the defense in a way. And then like they're obviously not supposed to go all the way back to the goal, because then if they turn the ball over, then there's nobody up the field, but so they kind of hang back. But like there is a lot of like running in this, and that happens for 90 minutes and there's no breaks. Like you just have to be doing that constantly. So like at the end of the game, you're going to be gassed. Like that goal you just watched, I'm pretty sure was an extra time. So like he played. I don't even know if he played the entire game, to be honest. But I don't have time or care to look it up right now. But like in theory, he could have played like an entire 90-minute game and then been in like 105 minutes of total play time, and then like had to sprint that fast and maintain like his balance and all that shit. So like, not to say Tyreek couldn't do that if he was conditioned and trained, but like, because obviously if you like, he's a freak athlete, and so if you condition a freak athlete for a certain sport, he's gonna be a freak at that sport, you know. So like, the point, which obviously wouldn't happen, but if say the NFL dissolved because they're a bunch of fucking lying bastards and they rig every game, and then
Nah,
and he were to
bro.
fucking switch to soccer, he could be a good athlete, but like I don't know if he would be one of the best players, even though he's could be super fast. Because there's so much like shooting, passing, crossing.
Yeah,
Because how
but
tall is he?
5'10".
Okay, he's not super short, and he is fucking. He's got a big frame.
Shit, Waddle's built kind of like a soccer player though,
I mean, I
and
don't.
he's like just a tick slower than Tyreek. Like almost, he's the closest thing to Reek. He could. Oh man, I feel like you give those dudes 6 months and they would be some of the best soccer players in the world. And, you could be those super athletes, like those type of people. They can pick up almost any sport and then adapt to it.
I'm sure that they could, and I'm not saying that they wouldn't be great soccer players, but they wouldn't be some of the best in the world, because some of the best in the world are just that fucking good. Like it's just they can't. But I mean, the same goes for football. Like, I'm sure a lot of those athletes, some of them, because football is a different sport, because a lot of soccer players are smaller, but
Yeah.
like they could fucking go to football, and then like Cyril Gahn is a great example. He's a UFC fighter, but before he was a UFC fighter, he was a professional soccer player. Like he played on France's national team. So like he's kind of
cool.
the example of like a all around, like a super freak kind of, because he went from playing professional soccer to
fighting
fighting.
professionally, yeah.
Yeah,
It's a
and
massive jump.
yeah, so like, and he was able to do it, and he's fucking got a huge fucking frame. So maybe theoretically he could probably go play football, but he wouldn't be one of the best football players. He would just be a good football player.
I think the hardest sport to jump for like any athlete that hasn't played it is baseball. That's the hardest one. A basketball or a football player can go shoot a basketball, can go run a sprint and
What about
track.
Michael Jordan though?
He sucked. He sucked at baseball. It was not that good. He was just Michael Jordan, so they didn't want to keep him in the minors for too long, and he didn't sign to play in the minors, so they're like, "Fuck it, bring him in." And he was not great. He was not horrible, but he's definitely not fucking anything good.
What
He could
team
throw
did he
hard.
play
The White Sox,
for? Fair.
Chicago,
Oh,
stuff.
Chicago. Yeah.
Beast of a basketball player though. But Dion was the best example, and that's like one of the best athletes I've ever seen in my life. Deion Sanders, because he was a start like all pro corner, and he went and played with the Atlanta Braves, and like was I think they might have lost the World Series that year, but he batted like 300 in baseball. Like, and he says that he said that's the hardest thing in all sports is to hit a baseball. Like that thing coming in that fast for you to like hit it good is insanely hard to do. He's like, hardest thing in sports is to hit that damn ball. I'm like, yeah, no doubt.
I can believe it, but I will say on the international ranking, this is soccer's the hardest sport.
Yeah, on the highest level, but like I'm just over here. It's our best athletes. Like soccer's one of the last.
Well, yeah,
picks.
because that's
It's like if you're limited to size and you go play soccer, but if you're a big fucking athlete, you're not playing soccer. You're playing basketball, football,
but that's
and
here in the,
if you're a huge white dude, you're pitching.
once again, that's here in the United States. Like in the rest of the world, like I mean, in some places they have sports like rugby or
Cricket's
other
huge over
shit.
in India and shit.
India, the UK, Australia, New Zealand, like a lot of the English colonies, ex-English colonies, fucking do cricket. But like most of the countries in the world, excuse me, most of the countries in the world, fucking all their best athletes play soccer. Like Italy is probably one of those. Spain,
But yeah, that's
France.
like ingrained into society. Like when you're the best athlete, go fucking play soccer. Like that's like the thing over there.
It's a world sport. That's more of the thing. Is soccer's like the world
Baseball's
sport.
getting there.
Baseball is advancing because like
It's
but
gonna be
people
an
in
Olympics.
Japan, is it? Oh yeah, I feel like I heard that. But like
And World Baseball Classic.
yeah, but I think they do that. I feel like they have something in the NFL too, where they do like some world.
Yeah, it's like not though. It's like a developmental thing around the country, like around the world, where they have like teams are incentivized to like pick up these players, like they get like kickbacks essentially, but it's to try to get the interest out there because it's still like on a world base, it's still infancy, but it's number one in our country.
Yeah. So
I don't know. UFC is getting there though.
well, fighting has always been a world thing, but it's just been kind of low key because like a lot of the like original fighting things took place in Japan. Like I'm pretty sure, like the first.
Like MMA kind of things, yeah.
Yeah, it was like in Asia, Russia. They had like sambo. Boxing has obviously always been like a big thing.
I'm saying like UFC, like in America, like in terms of like
But the UFC was kind of like is transformed into like there's changes too, like Pride and stuff are like I think starting to build. But UFC is like now like hands down the world's best like
fight.
promotion.
Yeah,
Like
definitely,
yeah,
no doubt about it.
yeah. So I don't know. I mean, it happens to be American and like Dana White's American and all that stuff.
Beast.
Yeah, but he's. I think it's just because Dana White's a beast. Like if there was a Russian dude, who
It's
was
one of
like
my
Dana
favorite
White.
dudes to listen to. No bullshit. I fucking love Dana White.
Oh, Dana White's a G. He doesn't. He allows the truth to be spoken as people see it, which
Real
is freedom
fucking
of
dude.
speech, and that's fucking.
That along with like he's just despite all the success, like he's just as human. Like have you seen the video of him in Las Vegas where he passes the dude that fell asleep at the wheel and like him and his boys wake him up? Like he's like sitting there talking to him, cracking jokes with them. I've heard stories about like people like getting the pass or whatever, and where he could just be like a handshake picture. He'll sit there and like talk to people for extensive periods of time. Like he'll talk about like dieting, all kinds of shit with people. I've seen him go on podcasts and stuff. Like he's just a really good dude. They try to smear him for the whole like when he hit his wife kind of thing, but I will say at least the benefit of the doubt is she swung first, but
I mean, he's
I
talked
would
about
bet.
that too. I'm pretty sure. It's like,
I haven't heard it.
yeah, he was talking about that there was alcohol involved, and they were both a little drunk, and they both like, some I don't remember exactly what it was, but more along the lines of it's like they both understood that they did wrong in that moment. They were both inebriated or some shit, and they both like reconciled it or whatever.
So no
And it
biggie.
wasn't like a good look, and it's like they regret or whatever, some shit like that. But I'm pretty sure he talked about it on a podcast or something.
I'll have to find it.
So like, I don't know, dude. Sean Connery said it's okay to give a woman a good slap.
I don't know about
He said
that.
sometimes you give the woman the last word, and the last word's not good enough, and they continue to push, and so you give them a little slap. And it's a backhand slap, not a closed hand.
Fucking Connor.
Yeah, dude. And he was getting pressed by a female fucking journalist about it. And he didn't back down. He was like,
He stood off business.
yeah, he stood on his business, bro. And he was like, and then the journalist was like, well, what if she hits you back? And he he's like, well, then maybe she's beginning to like it, and it's turning into a sexual thing. I don't know. And then it was fucking
What
like that,
a
dude.
motherfucker,
He's a
man.
G, bro. This is a different time, bro. Like,
Yeah,
okay,
I
do a
mean-
good slap.
Different time, but fuck, that's a little.
Nah, I mean, come on now. It's like, I don't think it's a good thing. I don't condone it. But I understand what he's saying.
I get it. I wouldn't do it, but I get it. I get where he's coming from.
I mean, like, as I said, it was from a different time period, and you'd slap the shit out of your wife. But, like, the way he explains it makes sense. I mean, like, what are you supposed to do if you say, all right, you have the last word, and she doesn't stop? You're supposed to say, shut the fuck up!
That's a card that gets played quite a bit.
Yeah, and then that only escalates shit.
Yeah, I do.
So, like, I mean, shit. I don't know. I fucking wouldn't do it, but it makes sense.
True, but I think we're at like 45.
45 minutes of talking about beating women.
We finished it. I'll beat women.
We finished beating off on women.
We'll either hop on the Patreon episode or just wait for another day, or probably tomorrow I'll shoot one with Ty. But wrapping it up. Peace out.
Sir, pieces of pie. Don't be a pedo. I'll hunt you down.